quick for you guys. I gotta turn this down. Yay. Okay, perfect. It is, I don't have my AirPods in, so I'm not sure how this is gonna work actually. I don't know if this is gonna turn out okay. We'll see. Because you
Go with
guys,
the flow, my girl.
where are they? I think I left them at home actually. So this might not work actually. Let me think. I gotta think for 1 second. Okay. Yeah, so if the video has a big echo, I'm going to end up uploading the replay for you guys, and I apologize, but say hello if you're tuning in live with us. Can you hear me, Vanessa?
I can hear you. It's a little bit soft, yeah. But can you hear me? Hey, guys.
Yeah. You might have an echo on the replay, but that's okay. We can upload the video later if it's a replay. So say hello if you're tuning in with us. We're going to get started and dive in here in just a sec. We wanted to talk about this really important topic with you guys coming into this energy. I don't know if you guys can feel the shift that's happening, but even with this, I'm never one of those people, to be honest, that are like, oh, I can't move forward right now with something because it's Mercury retrograde or this or that. Like, I believe that we create our own reality. We work the energies of the universe as we're moving through it. But I do feel like it's always for our good and beneficial. I have to say, though, there's been such a heightened energy around new beginnings and releasing in the last 2 weeks, and especially with this new moon that just is in Gemini right now. Lots of rebirth, new energy, and there's a heightened sense of really a lot of the women that we communicate with on this path that are stepping into full on, really embracing their masculine energy and moving the needle forward in their business and taking action. And part of taking action, speaking of that, is really piggybacking on the level of faith that they have in themselves and in their business and the level of trust, because they go hand in hand. This being able to tap into that intuitive part of yourself, that knowingness inside, and being able to take action from that place. And here's the part that Vanessa and I talk about all the time, being able to do that when there is no evidence at all that it is actually working out in your favor at all in your 3D reality. This is where the masculine energy gets to shine, you guys. This is where the masculine energy in you that wants to take action on your dreams and your goals and your desires and make things happen in your life and business really gets to shine, because you're taking action from such a soulful, heart-fueled, intuitive, faith-driven place. It has to come from that place.
This is so good. We love this topic. I know we love this topic so much, you guys, because it helps you remember your power, right? We talk about this all the time, that everything is in your control because you have the free will. Everything's coming through you. So even when there's no evidence of anything happening, you get to have the power to literally hold that vision right in front of you, right? You get to have that power. And it's really, it's a muscle. That's why we talk about, we master this muscle, spiritual laws, we work with it, we master it. It's a continual thing. It's not you get it once and you're good for life, but continuing to remember in everything you do. And I want to, for 1 second, it's so cool. Sarah brought up, like, I love what she said. We're not the biggest astrology people. Uh-oh, you just came over. You just lost. There you go. There you go. I was gonna say, we're not like I'm all about astrology, right? We have friends that are super into it. I love it so much. We're more about the energy and the faith and stuff like that. But there is something happening in our universe right now, right? Especially with the new moon. Yes, it really is. And what's so good, I literally just got sick, massively sick for the first time in like a decade, and had to literally like stop everything. My whole body was like literally shut down. And I consider that a blessing, because it's a chance for you to really have this reset, right? This blank canvas that you get to start and kind of clear. It's like a reset. Feel how good a reset feels. So I want to bring that up for a second. Like, it's June 1st even, right? Today's literally June 1st, a new month, a new season. We're coming into summer. We welcomed in some new members to SLA. So there's so much newness. And in that feeling, it's so fresh, because you get to then clear any past preconceived whatever, fears, thoughts, self-sabotage, and you get to, from this moment forward, be new. And from this moment forward, step forward in faith and not in fear. Step forward in faith and not in fear. And again, you get to have that control.
Mm.
And it's about making the decision, right? It's about making that decision. Like, I decide I'm going to walk in faith. I decide I'm going to hold my vision so powerfully. I'm going to do it. Even when nothing around me seems like it's coming into place, you're going to know it. And
Mm.
you're just going to know it. You're just going to know it and walk in that faith. It's really as simple as that. And yet we
Mm.
know it can be not so simple, because we have to continue to remind ourselves that we're the ones in control. We're the ones mastering it.
Mm. One of the places that our clients get to witness this at the onset of their journey with us is obviously when they pull the trigger and they enroll. And it's unanimous across the board. I have so many, voice clips in my inbox that attest to this. And I wish I could, maybe we will bring some of our clients up and like ask them about this process, because so many of our clients are emerging spiritual light workers and entrepreneurs. And it may be the first time they've ever hired a mentor before. But one of the ways that we see this action, fuel-based, faith-based action, really catapult them to the next level, is when they make the decision to really take action in their business. And that may be to hire a mentor to put systems in place or come into a more energetic alignment with their offerings and things like that. But the moment they decide, like literally, I'm getting children now because I'm thinking of a voice clip that's in my DMs right now. She said, you know, wow, this was an investment for myself, and it was something that would have scared her, but she is so filled with peace right now in her heart space, because she made this decision to come into alignment and take action on what she knows is meant for her, despite the fear that normally would have bubbled up. And because of that, she's experiencing this huge surrender and release and energy opening up for her, which always happens when our clients jump in, because they are making this faith-based decision on themselves. And yeah, it's rooted in numbers, and it's rooted in math, and it's rooted in success stories that we have, and it's rooted in those kind of things. But at the end of the day, it's still a decision that they're making that ultimately maybe wouldn't have been a yes for them a month ago or a year ago, but they're moving into this place now where they know it's their next step. They know they want to invest in themselves. They know they want other people to invest in through their programs, and they know they have to do that for themselves first and foremost, to shine from the light of being that example. They can't be hiding in that area of their business and expect other people to be able to show up and do that. And so we get to witness this the whole time, where all the time it's over and over again. It's almost unanimous, where it's like the decision to even join Sacred Leader Academy, for example, automatically diffuses so much restriction and fear-based energies around growing their mission, where even it's so ironic, because it's like the decision that was holding them back, that was causing fear, that was like quote unquote scary to them or whatnot, becomes the very thing that sets them free and liberates them. And I want to just say, this is not just with our business or investing in a mentor. This is in all aspects of your life. Think about the things that really keep you from taking that action, because maybe you're looking around and your ego's trying to figure out if it's going to work, and the evidence and all the things in your 3D reality reflect back to you 100% certainty, because your mind is still in control, because your heart is not leading yet. You're not walking in faith. You're walking in trying to like logically, analytically dice up and size up whether or not a decision is for you, right? How often does that work for you in your when you're focused on that versus tuning in and making a heart-centered decision? And then when you make that heart-centered decision, all of those fears and mind blocks and basically mind fucks, basically, like your mind is your worst enemy in so many regards if you don't have control over the narrative that you're telling yourself and the meaning you're attaching to things. But when you take those faith-based actions that once were holding you back, and then you can feel that sense of liberation, freedom, keyword freedom here. This is what Divine Femme is all about: liberation and freedom. Freedom from fear-based decision making. Now you get to make abundant decision making, abundant choices in your life, and you're no longer restricted, like in this cage, like feeling like you have to like force, you have to like figure everything out before you can take an action. Feel how heavy that feels and how restricted that feels, that before you can take an action, you have to like try to analyze it to death, and analysis paralysis sets in, and then doubts and fears, and then the mind goes crazy, and then the action never gets taken, guys. The action never gets taken. How many times have you been pushing off the action, oftentimes with the excuse that you're just going to sit in your divine femme energy and you're just going to like call it in, everything's going to manifest for you, like you just sprinkle fairy dust and everything and it's all just going to poof for you, but yet you fail to take the faith-based action that actually moves the needle, because you don't kid yourself and say that it's because Mercury is in retrograde, or because you're just going to sit on your little meditation cushion and call it all in and everything's going to attract in, because that works, but it doesn't work when it's time for action. There's a difference between action and the art of effortless action. Don't kid yourself when you're in this state where you're like trying to say that you're in this attraction mode when you're ultimately not yet, because you haven't taken the faith-based courageous actions yet are required for your journey that will allow you to eventually rest in the place where you can take the effortless action and you can be in the state of receiving and you can be in a state of allowing, because it takes both, you guys. And I often see this like surface level, like spiritual woo woo kind of cover up story that your ego likes to tell, because your ego likes to tell the story, I'm just an attracted in and I'm just going to sit here. And you can do that, and 6 months later what you'll often find is your bank account is not growing and your business is not growing and things are not generating and things are not happening, because you've taken the route to sit in this effortless action before you've actually come to this faith-based place in yourself where you have taken the steps and the action-oriented steps required to move your mission forward from a place of heart-centeredness and faith, not from a place of ego and logic and analyzation and analysis paralysis. And so this is oftentimes the hustle and the cycle that we see so many of our clients in, because they're out there doing the things and taking the action. So they're either doing that or they're retracting all of it in, and they're just like thinking that I'm a manifesting generator, so I'm just going to sit here. Let's talk about the human, and then recognizing that why things are not still working out for them. And it's because there's a balance, there's an energetic balance. This is ancient actual spiritualism just packaged in a way for you that is easy to access for your business. But this is when you look at the Tao and you look at the energy balance, the yin and yang energy balance that exists in life, in this polarity. This is about balancing that within yourself and within your business.
Yeah.
Please don't tell yourself a lie and allow yourself to believe the lie that because you just are an attractor that you're just going to be able to sit there and call it all in without taking the keyword faith-based, heart-centered, intuitively guided, and oftentimes fear-invoking action that requires courage and faith on your journey. Because if you haven't done that part yet, you're prematurely resting in this place of divine feminine receptive energy, where you're doing it from a place of completely disowning your masculine action oriented energy. And then what happens is you get in this cycle where you're sitting in your feminine energy, and very quickly that feminine energy will turn into needy energy, not the empress energy that we talk about that calls and receives and knows her work and attracts it all in like a magnet, because that is truly a thing. You can attract it in like a magnet, but not at the expense of disowning the entire action-oriented aspect of your beingness, which is partly why we're incarnated in this human experience to begin with. We wouldn't have been gifted this polarity to dance with and this energy to dance with and this to dance with to begin with. Is this making sense?
I love this so much, girl. I was letting you roll. That was so good. And I love it because I've totally been that person. And there's this whole disconnect where now the world, came from the hustle grind, and now everyone's talking about flow, and flow is important. We're all about flow. But how can we get and extract, like, the action part is fun. You don't want to sit on your butt and let everything just happen for you. There's a funness. There's like source spirit wants to create through you. Use your beautiful body to take that action and solve the problem and do the things. Like, action is fun. And we talk about, it's not work when you feel inspired, because, take away business for 1 second. Think about dating. When you like someone, like, and they ask you out, like, you have to go out on those dates and say yes and get to know them, but it's fun, right? Otherwise, how are you going to marry them? How are you going to fall in love with them if you don't get to know them and take that action and go out? And the action part, oh, I just got chills. The action part is so freaking fun, especially people like that we work with and people that are resonating with us now. Like, you're driven. It's fun, like, to build that resilience and coming home and having a certain kind of aligned faith-based productivity in your life is so flipping fun. You don't want to sit on the couch and on the pillow, like Sarah said, and have you think it and boom, it manifest. Maybe in another world, but in Earth, like she said, it's so fun when we can turn around that mindset and learn to love the inspired action, the inspired action. I'm going to say it 2 more times, the inspired action, the inspired action. We did a last talk where I loved it. You get a download, you do it, you take action right then and there. And that's the fun, because then you're doing it and you're dancing with the universe. You're not having to do it all by yourself. The universe is creating for and through you, which we know, if you're resonating with us. But just bringing it full circle to, like, when there's zero evidence, this is the title. When there's zero evidence, it is all still working out. When there's zero evidence, it is all still working out. And that is such a powerful statement. I want you to right now ask yourself, really, how much do you believe that? Do you believe right now there's so many different components that we can't even, as a human mind, like, see? That's why you're working with the universe, and the universe works through you, right? You're still in control because you get to decide, hey, statements like, things are always working out for me. And you get to decide this, but then you come into this beautiful dance. We keep on saying this dance with the universe, which I just freaking love. But can you believe that? Are you willing to believe that? And so what does that mean? When you believe a statement like that, that's truth. When there's zero evidence, it is still working out because the idea came to you. And even like the thought of it, it's like 99% manifested. It already is. Like, it's when you ask, it's given. That's just truth. That's how this world works. Thought is creative. Source is creative. But what this does, and this is so exciting, when you can grasp this amazing statement, it makes you take that inspired action a little bit more self-confidently, sacrally confident. We talk about sacral confident a lot. It makes you come from the end, like we talk about all the time. It makes you, like, just go about your day with, like what Sarah said. I love that. Feeling a peace and joy and an ease because it's working out. That doesn't mean there won't be tribulations or things that come up, but you'll come from a higher awareness of the resolution coming because things are working out for you. Does that make sense? Instead of going and feeling that pit in your stomach, I've been there before too. We were like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? No, you know what you're going to do because you've decided, things are working out even when there's no sign. Oh, you come across a program, it feels right. You take that hell yes. And it's this journey. It's moments. It's not one moment. It's a bunch of moments adding up. And then at the end, you get to the end, you're like, oh my God, that was so crazy and messy and fun, but I did it.
Yeah, this is so good. And the one thing that was coming up while you were talking is, can you allow yourself to be the problem and the solution simultaneously? Can you allow yourself to be the asker and the receiver simultaneously? And recognize that it's all one. And without going down the rabbit hole on this, when there's zero evidence of working out, just recognize that you are the source of the solution as well. The problem being the problem being presented to you, or the obstacle or the challenge that you're seeking out, looking for evidence for, the solution is already on its way to you. The result is already on its way to you, but it's never going to find you if you're stuck in a place constantly seeking the evidence for it to be supported, because that is already telling the universe that it's not working out. You're already telling the universe it's not working out simply by looking for it to work out. Does that make sense? Like, by you seeking it out, like, show me this is working out.
Yes.
What does that say? It says it's not fucking working out right now. So show me how it is working out. All the universe is picking up on is it's not working out right now, and you're going to keep getting more and more of that. So in order to really put the horse back in front of the carriage, recognize that it is already working out. The solution is already present. It's already on its way to you, and allow yourself to rest and trust in that faith and open to receive it. And it may be a message like, go get a mentor, or go change your program, or go live and start talking about this instead of talking about that, because this is really what lights you up and this is really where you're going to shine. But ultimately it scares the shit out of you, so you're keeping it a secret, and then you're wondering why it's not working out. So allow the download and the answer to come to you, and then take the mother effing action that is piggybacked on that with faith and courage, despite the fact that there's no evidence out there. Stop looking for the evidence. It's just telling the universe that it's not working out for you. You really just got to center in that heart-centered faith and trust and work with these higher spiritual principles that Vanessa and I are always talking about, and put yourself back into at least the perception that you have control, because they've been a little ego dominant. Really what you're doing is you're just allowing yourself to dance and work with the universal energies that you are part of, that are part of you, and that are part of this universe, because you're one with it, and recognize that the moment you even start asking, it's already there for you. But you have to trust it. You have to have faith in it. You have to open to receive it. And then you have to take the action despite the evidence on it, and allow that to be your compass for just a little bit. So don't even take Vanessa and I's word for it. Just trust it for a little bit and see what happens in your reality. This is experiential knowledge that you have to really experience for yourself in order for it to really start to click. And then, oh, this is how it works. Oh, it really is like this. Oh, it's a complete paradigm shift from how you're trained and how we are trained as a society to work through our daily life experiences, and including our business. It's a complete shift. It's a complete shift in all of it. And it's not by discounting any of the action stuff, you guys. When you talk about flow and freedom and all the things that Vanessa and I talk about, we're not about discounting that action that fueled by faith that has to accompany this process. So good. Yay!
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I'm like, ooh, I don't know what that was. Ooh. I love it. This was so fun, you guys. Happy January. Oh my gosh, June, not January. Whoa.
Yeah, happy January.
Happy January 1st. I think because you're wearing a scarf. I'm like, oh my God, you're so cute.
It's because I'm used to being in Arizona, but right now it's like 60 out and it's a cloudy day over here in Oregon, but it feels like January here right now in a good way.
It looks so green and beautiful. I love it, girl. So
yeah,
green.
It's really fresh. It's like coming from dry desert heat and then being able to just like pop into this kind of temperature. It's so nice. It's so different because 60 degrees in Arizona, you'd be freezing, but 60 degrees here, the sun was out yesterday. It's a little cloudy today, but 60 degrees here, it's like different because the humidity traps the heat or something like that. So it's like you freeze your ass off in Arizona if it's 55, 60 degrees, but like here it's like totally fine. So it's nice to get the fresh ocean air and like the greenery, and nice contrast to the palm trees in the swimming pool for a change.
Dude, that air, I was reading, Dustin and I were looking up, just like, I love wind bathing. Like when the wind, every time the wind gusts up, I just like get this massive cleanse of just like, just like a cleansing, a down, like a bath. It's so fun. So next time it happens, just get that wind bathe. I love it.
Yeah.
So fun.
So happy June 1st, you guys. Hopefully there's some new beginnings happening in your energetic field right now, like things to release and let go of, faith-based actions to take that move the needle for you, so you can see, really put into motion in this energy what you want to experience over the course of the next 6 months for 2022. And if building your business from a faith-based alignment place is to become truly magnetic to your soulmate clients and really share your mission and your message and your gift with the world in an impactful way, then check out our free masterclass. Usually there's a little I don't even know where that on our video today. We'll see that. Maybe that's it. There it is.
Yay.
Check out our free masterclass. It's the ABC masterclass where Vanessa and I are going to share our simple framework on how our clients are hitting their goals. And in that masterclass, you can hop on a free impact assessment right below the video with me. And then this is where I would help you close the gaps in your business and that are really keeping you from being aligned, magnetic, prosperous, and sustainable, through creating one premium program that really is a magnetic match to your soulmate clients. The calls itself are gold. You get so much value from those. But of course, if it resonates and it feels like a mutual fit, you will get an invitation to join Sacred Leader Academy. Right now, we are vetting the process. So you do have to go through a vetting process, because we want to make sure that the women that get into the program are in complete alignment, because we sort of are protective of that space. It's not something you can just go click on and buy on the internet right now. It's just something that you have to, in order to enroll, it is something that we want to speak with you and we want to get into your energy and know your mission and make sure that you can reap the benefits of what we have to offer. And then it's either in alignment or it's not. And we'll be perfectly upfront about that. But if it is, you'll likely already know before you even hop on the call, because that's sort of how this works. So if you're feeling the call, take advantage of the link in our bios. And if you're listening to this on the podcast or watching this video anywhere else, there's going to be a link somewhere in the captions below or above this video. So take advantage of that.
Awesome. Great work today, you guys. This was so fun. So good to be with you. Mwah. We'll see you guys soon.
Yep.
Bye.
See you guys next week. Namaste.
Bye, you guys.